Oh, it's not starting yet. Another one pulled out of the big box of PS1 games I currently possess. Apparently it's an Atlas RPG on the PlayStation 1 that I've never heard of before. Which is awesome. I love Atlas, I love RPGs. Atlas is one of those companies who they never really became huge until recently with Persona. But they made some really kick-ass RPGs throughout the ages. Like, they were always sort of the B-tier company floating along underneath the Square Enix. I'm not sure who else actually is bigger than Atlas in RPG space. Might have just been Square and Enix, who merged into Square Enix, so they could be number 2 right now. I don't know. But yeah. I wanted to try this Atlas RPG I've never heard of. So let's do it. Let's see. Always turn message speed up. Oh, that's cursor speed. Oh, okay. I guess up. Oh, no, put stereo is fine. I don't need a tutorial. We'll figure it out. Oh, sound is very high. Turn it down a bit. New game. Oh, we have name creation. Faz. Okay, we'll run with that. If they have a canon name or an automatic name, I'll usually use the automatic name. 3,000 years after the pact between the elemental spirits and the humans, the ancient spirits will return and engulf the earth in a great calamity. Behold, he who bears my blood and that of Cyrus will rise from the Chrysalis, together with the 6 Hoshigami. He will vanquish the spirit, and something, the earth. The land that was formerly Ixia had divided into 3 countries. Nightweld, the kingdom in direct descent from Ixia. Gerald, characterized by its geographic diversity. And the Valamian Empire. The Oixian year, 3030. Proposed by Fernandez, the Valamian Empire made an unexpected attack on Gerald, taking Fort Hugo in 3 days. The Valamian army advanced on Nightweld and crushed their opponents. Having no other choice, Nightweld signed a peace treaty accepting the captured territory as Valame's. In recognition of his achievements, Fernandez was appointed as premier of the Valamian Empire. People were awed by the devastating effect of confames as instruments of war. Coinfames? Heavy taxes and forced labor were placed on people who lived in towns occupied by Valame. Riots broke out as a result, but were suppressed by the Valamian police force. People lived in fear as they succumbed to something. Mercenaries emerged in Nightweld. As if spurred by the underground anti-Valame movement, they spread something. God damn. Yeah, I could visually read it if I wasn't like trying to talk it out loud. Valame breaks the peace treaty and resumes their invasion on Nightweld. I read a lot faster than I talk. That's the problem. A new legend is born. As the youth of Nightweld becomes involved in the war. As, capital of Nightweld. Hey, Limeray. This Rue Pearl guy, it looks exactly like Tactics Ogre. It's like a advanced version of Tactics Ogre. I love Tactics Ogre. Yeah, because Tactics Ogre was originally a Super Nintendo game, I think. So maybe this is like a sequel to it. It's just not part of the Ogre Battle series or something like that. It kind of looks like it. Very Final Fantasy Tactics. It's got to be that Rue Pearl, right? I think so. The invitation to the castle could only mean that it's from Rupert, leader of the Order of Donante, the Royal Guards of Nightwell. You have any idea why he wants to see us? I mean, we're just mercenaries. He actually went through the trouble of sending a messenger to get us. Beats me. But it is true that there are mercenaries that would do anything for a price. And this kingdom isn't too happy with them. I also heard that the Valamian Empire is preparing to invade Nightwell. Either way, I don't think this is a social visit. Oh well. I guess we'll find out when we see him. Yeah. Welcome. I am Rupero, leader of the Order of Donante. I'm Faz. So, can you tell us why you invited us? I've heard much about you two mercenaries. A little young, perhaps, but well accomplished nonetheless. I got turned down a touch. Especially you, Limray. A long-haired mercenary that came to Nightwell a few years ago. He wields a spear and carries out his tasks with no mercy. There were several occasions where you made a fool out of the Order of Donante. I don't like people talking about my past. Let's go, Faz. We're done here. Ooh, does this matter? Oh, screw these guys. They're rude. Wait, there is a misunderstanding. This is not about your past, nor am I here to hold you responsible for it. You must listen. I've summoned you here to ask for your help. We received information that Valane broke the peace treaty and initiated their advance on Nightwell. Their target, the ancient city of Lar-Delur. Our army has not fully recovered from the past war against Valane. That is why we have to send the majority of our troops, including the Order of Donante, to Lar-Delur. But there is a problem. They are also sending an detachment to the Tower of Wind, located in northern Nightwell. But considering the difference in military strength between Nightwell and Valane, we cannot afford to split our forces in two. Fortunately, it is reported that the size of the detachment is small, so clearly 2 people can kill them all. What we would like you to do is lead a squad in reserve to defend the Tower of Wind. This is a personal request from His Majesty, I might add. Now let's just be as belligerent as possible. You've got to be kidding. We may be mercenaries, but we're not your soldiers. I'm not sticking my neck out for anybody, even the king. Besides, I don't have any experience in a full-scale war. It's suicide. I understand what you are trying to say. But remember that I can kill you right now. At your hometown of Dissol will be the next target if the Tower of Wind falls. I have heard of several towns that were annihilated in the course of their invasion. Besides, if Nightwell loses the war, your life will be in the hands of Valane. You do have a point. I can't let anything happen to Dissol. Alright, I'll do it. But if you're mercenaries, does it matter to you which country has command of the town? Not really. Here's 10,000 gold to use the war fund. Holy crap. I'm not joking around. In addition, I will provide some equipment, coins, and items to prepare yourself for battle. I'm also placing 8 mercenaries under your command. If you think their level is not adequate, train them at the Tower of Trial. Entering the tower follows the same procedures as entering a town. When you are in the area on the world map where the tower is located, press the triangle button to access the menu and select the tower command. It's acting like I've played it before, but it just started. Maybe there's a previous game in the series? Maybe it really is a follow-up to Tactics Ogre? I don't know. It's acting like I'm supposed to already know all this. There was that tutorial option that I skipped, but, you know, that's no excuse. That is all. I wish you luck. Hey, Lime Ray. Faz, are you really going to fight in the war? Yeah. Don't die, okay? What are you saying? Of course I'm not gonna die. Really? Yeah, I'll come back for sure. Then Faz, when you come back, I'll... What was that? Ah, nothing. Anyway, promise me that you'll come see me when you're done. I'll be waiting for you right here, no matter what, okay? Oh, he is so gonna die. Or she? I can't tell. Alright, I promise. You have to keep your promise. I'll be mad if you don't. Like, Tin isn't exactly a gendered name, is it? When I come back, huh? Outskirts of us. Let's take a break, Faz. Phew! I'm still no match for you, Lime Ray. Have more confidence. You've got the potential to become stronger than me. Nah. You're my teacher when it comes to sword fighting. There's no way I can beat you. Hey, Faz. Why don't you stop being a mercenary? This isn't the life you should lead. And if something happens to you, you're gonna make Tin sad. Come on, don't bring this up again. We've been fighting together all this time. And Tin's got nothing to do with it. Okay. But man, you don't age, do you? You look just the way you did when you started teaching me. Oh, he's actually a god, isn't he? You just don't notice it. That's all. You know, kids grow up faster than adults. Lime Ray. I spotted the Valamian army at Sighton Hills, just ahead. Thanks. Faz, listen to me. From now on, it's going to be nothing like what we've been doing before. Like being bodyguards. This is a real war. We'll be fighting against professional soldiers. One careless move and you're dead. I'll teach you the basic rules that you should follow in battle. But if you know them already, there's no need for me to explain. What do you say? I'll listen. Can you tell me about them? Alright. First, when organizing your attack team, plan your strategy according to what kind of enemies there are. Think about how you'll move your team in the battlefield, and who will fight against which enemy as you place your team members. Once the battle begins, check each enemy's movement and attack range. In free cursor mode, move the cursor to a character and press the circle button to check the movement range and square button for the attack range. You can also press the X button to see the character's status, such as equipment, coins, and skills. And while the character's status is displayed, pressing the select button brings up a cursor. You can move that cursor and press the X button to get more information on whatever you select. And also, there are many different types of enemies. Some may rush you, while others stay still until approached by your team. Remember, it's very important to learn their characteristics as quickly as possible. You can ignore enemies who are standing still, as long as your team doesn't go near them. If the battle becomes a mess and you can't tell which characters are your enemies, hold down the R1 button. That will highlight the enemies red. To find out the order of initiative, hold down the L1 button. Each character will be highlighted. Red means enemy, blue means your team member. In order, with a number telling when that character's turn is. Next, when you defeat an enemy with an attack session, sometimes you'll get an item that the enemy had. You can get a weapon, armor, accessory, coin, or even a skill manual. It looks like you'll have more of a chance of getting an item if there's a large number of hits in the session. The hurt of the type of item you get depends on the number of hits as well. If the enemy has something you want, use an attack session. But you need to keep in mind that it's extremely dangerous to be attacked while on standby for a session. Don't get too greedy, and choose the target for an attack session ahead of time. And finally, the battle ends with the commander of your attack team. Right now it's you and me, is defeated. Be careful. Well, that's it. Don't repeat that, please. Thanks, Slime Ray. I think I got it. If you need more information, talk to my friend Delira in the tutorial. You can access it from the options menu. Alright then, let's go take care of those Valamians. Okay. Alright, so I should have a team here? Yes, okay. Let's see if I can guess what everybody is. Soldier, soldier, soldier. Oh, it shows what weapon they have. Axeman, bowman. I'm guessing thief. Priest, probably? 2 priests. Or mages and priests are the same. And then soldier. Metalave. CPC, CP? Oh, where does it say skills? Looks like it doesn't. Alright, well, they both have rings. And I'm guessing this is a thief. I'll figure it out. Let's see. Equipment? Oh, skill. There we go. What are you two? Emma's aid. Okay, so I'm guessing that, yeah, so 2 healing skills. That's interesting. Kashi's aid. So they're not... Huh. Oh, holy crap. Okay. Oh, he's gonna die so quickly. He's gonna die super early in the game, isn't he? He has way too much crap. He is going to die after the first battle or 2. That's my guess. Give him luck plus 10%, I guess? Why not? Dealer? Bonus money increases slightly. Ooh, yes. Okay. I'll take that. And I don't think I can buy anything? Oh, I have some stuff. Let's see. Headgear, Lucky Charm. Charm for safe return. Defend, DF, evade. Okay, so everything hits weight. Limery? Oh! Okay, I think I get it. It shows everything, not just what's like loose and available. So everything I have is displayed at the bottom there. Who the heck has a mace equipped? Nobody. Can I use it? Effect, cures sleep. Spikes metal ball. Oh, do you just whack him over the head with it and that wakes him up? Probably. It is an anime game. Yeah, it looks very much like something you could give a priest. I think I want to keep them with their... I don't even know if they're priests. What is going on here? Whatever, let's just move on for now. Coin? Oh, right. They were talking about the coins. Oh. Gaiga. Oh, is this a magic? Is this where magic comes in? who are the... You're a magic user, I think. Gaiga and Cure. Okay. So I guess we'll give you Gaiga, and you can have Cure. Alright, yeah, I'm assuming those are spells. At the moment, it's reminding me a lot of Cartia. This is a game I actually did play all the way through. Was Cartia? Let's see. Cartia, the Word of Fate. It was indeed Atlas. So it's entirely possible that these were like the same team or something. Interesting. Okay. Hopefully I still have room on the memory card. I tend to forget to check memory cards in the PS3. That's fine. Titan Hills. Ah, this is a sight to behold. Yes, indeed, Sir Saijiri. These soldiers that were assigned to us by Emperor Fernandez. I keep wanting to call him Ferdinand. It's not, it's Fernandez. They're outstanding. With them, we can probably take Alice all by ourselves. Very true, sir. We'll get to the Tower of Wind first. If I succeed in taking over that tower, I'll most likely be assigned the task of capturing Alice as well. I'd love to see how Alvin's gonna react to that. Why are his eyes pointing off in two different directions? Are they supposed to be doing that? Or is that one of those things where it probably looked better on a CRT monitor? Or CRT TV? I have no idea. I hate how he looks down on me, treating me like an inferior. Sir, please be careful. Oh, sorry about that. I got a little carried away. But that's what Alvin's gonna get sooner or later. I see. Excuse me, sir. A group of mercenaries, presumably from Nightweld, is approaching the area. Mercenaries? Do they think they can defeat us? The fearsome army of the Valamian Empire? Oh well. I guess it'll be a good exercise for our men. Tell everyone to prepare for battle. Alright, let's do this. Oh, it is exactly like Final Fantasy Tactics. Okay, there we go. I don't know if I want to use you much. You're not going to gain a lot from this. I know you're going to die soon. So you stay back a little bit. You're a soldier. You're a soldier. You're a bowman, so stay back a little. You know what? You come over here. Get out of everyone's way. Thief. I think you're the mage, and then you are the healer. Cannot place any more characters. Oh, okay. So I have to pick one to stay back. Two to stay back. So, let's see. Thieves are usually not very good. You know what? You're boring. So you know what? If I'm not going to use you, I might as well get rid of you. There we go. That means Hanaway. Oh, where'd you come from? I didn't have you before, did I? Aisha the Spearman? I don't even remember seeing you in the list. Must have had to scroll down and I just didn't. I think I'm okay though. I have a nice, diverse mix of characters. Nobody with a spear though. You know, either you have a sword. Maybe I want to have a spear person here. There we go. She doesn't have her aid thing. That's probably okay. Alright, let's try it. Mission start. Okay. Okay, we have a turn order at the top. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. CF? No coins were equipped. Okay, so that's magic. What the heck did it mean by attack? What did it say? Attack session? Alright. I want to see their attack range. Okay, attack range is 2. Woo! Alright, basically I want to stick to... Okay, how do I go back to... There we go. Ah. Alright. Session. Character will stand by for attack session. Proceed. Rap meter. You know what? There's no reason to do that. Oh my god. Oh, the controls here are unbearable. What is going on here? N. What the heck is this rat meter? Okay. Which direction the character is facing? Probably just go attack him, huh? It's 72% for 10 HP. Can you do anything else? What was this attack session thing? I think anyone should be able to attack him? They might. No, let's just attack. Don't try to be stupid and fancy. I think I missed. We don't have sufficient rat points. Okay. Oh, they wouldn't have been able to attack him. This is one of the slowest strategy games I've played in a while. I've gotta say. Can you attack? Oh, you can, okay. Long range attack. I'm not sure if I'm hitting it or missing it. Probably missing. God, so much to confirm. Alright, what is the range on the magic? Oh, good range. Okay. It's not like the 1 or 2. You don't have sufficient rap points. Okay, so I guess rap goes down as you move as well. Wait. Okay, I see. I see. Oh my god, this is... Honestly, it just feels obnoxious. I mean, back in the day, I probably would have been a little more positive. Okay, yeah, the rap gauge goes down as you move. Which makes sense. With so many strides over the years have been made toward making games more enjoyable and efficient. And it almost feels inexcusable to make a game where everything is... Okay, so less... Interesting. Okay, so... The rap meter basically governs everything. And the less you use, the quicker your turn comes around again. So it's not like you have a movement gauge that is consistent. Like, no matter what you do, the movement gauge needs to go up the same amount every time. In this game, it's... Oh, I thought you had a spear. God, why am I sucking at that? Okay. Why are my characters doing so little damage? Everyone's doing so little damage. Do I really have to fight these guys doing 5 HP at a time with everyone having hundreds of hit points? Oh, this cure has some good range on it. Alright, you can't see how much HP everyone has if you're... So I wonder if multiple characters can equip coins. Probably not. That'd be kind of weird. Oh my god, everyone is legitimately doing 1 to 5 hit points of damage to each other. Oh, you can attack more than once if they're still beside you. If they're still in range, I mean. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so you want to hit the crits. That's what you want. It's just unusually hard for me here because I'm playing with quite a bit of latency. Alright, nobody's really been hurt. You can only use it once? Okay. Ah. Just for XP, I guess. Oh my god, this battle is going to be insufferably long, isn't it? Oh, I forgot you were there. Legitimately forgot about him. Oh, can Spearman attack two at once? Oh, no, okay. He doesn't have a spear anyway. And I thought Fire Emblem was taking a while per battle. Jesus Christ. What did he just do? Spika? Good job. Oh my god. This is honestly kind of insufferable. Like, I'm fairly tolerant to slow-paced older games. Like, it's fine, I understand. I can play Final Fantasy V. I can play a lot of the older games that are a little slower paced. But you know, that was just how things worked at the time. This is pushing it. It's so freaking hard, it's pushing it. Oh my god. There's so many characters on the screen, and they all take so long to do anything. And damage totals are so low. Yeah, she can't use the... There's gotta be something I'm missing, right? Okay. Let's see what attack session does. I'm still curious about that. I have no idea. The latency! Okay, that was a little better. Can you attack 3 times? Yes, you can. Okay, we're starting to do some amount of damage. Not really enough, but some. Okay, now what did the attack session thing do? Absolutely nothing? Cool. Like it. She can't do anything else. I might as well just punch something. Shoot on? Oh, shove on. Oh, is that what the triangle thing did? Okay. So you can switch between... Okay, crit and shove. Okay, I get how that works. So if you want to move the character instead of trying to do as much damage as possible, then you can shove. But that was my kill! I'll be right. I don't know why I thought that was an enemy. Was he always facing towards her like that? Or did he do that when she started attacking him? Like, this game feels... Oh my god. How long would a full battle even take in this game? Like, this is insufferable. Am I missing something? I've got to be missing something. I really do. The damage amounts are so low. Even getting a bunch of attacks in a single turn, it does very little damage. In 20 minutes, not a single character has died. And this is the first battle in the game. This is the least difficult and complicated that the game will ever get. Hit 4 HP. That's the damage he intends to do here. 4 HP. Armored Mage is restricted to 1 attack. Why? Oh my god, you can't even look at which characters are good guys or bad guys from here. Like, it said you hit L1 and R1 to distinguish between friend and foe. That only works outside of the battle mode. Oh my god, it's gonna cycle. Why is everything so complicated in this game? Why is everything so time-consuming and complicated? Why? You could have just multicolored the thing at the top. You could have like little squares underneath them showing their allegiance color. Why is this game so fundamentally poorly designed? This is Atlas! We're one of the RPG kings of the era. Like, always behind like Square and Enix, but still. What is wrong with you guys? You can do better than this. I'm kind of afraid to go back and play Final Fantasy Tactics. It might end up being like this, and I'll go, no, my memories! I want my fond memories back. But hey, the internet's holding up. Alright, that's my guy. I keep thinking he in particular is a bad guy. Probably because he's dressed like a thief. These are usually bad guys. Let's see, yeah. You can actually attack something if I go here. Full powered critical hit swing. Does probably less than 25% damage? Yeah, that's like 10-15% damage. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh, we finally have some damage. The axe does damage. Possibly. Okay, just keep attacking, whatever. It'll keep giving you experience and whatever dev is anyway. Can we really not use this anymore? NPC 20, CPC 20, RC 54, pot 30. Okay. Character at this point who has been shown to actually do real damage is the axe guy. Well, I guess you don't want everybody doing 50% damage per hit, but the amount of damage they're doing is ridiculously low. Like, was I supposed to buy equipment for them? I didn't see a shop. I didn't see a shop option or anything. Even losing this would take so freaking long. I could be playing Resident Evil right now. I could be playing Final Fantasy, I could be playing Shantae. Like, I could be playing Little Nemo. Oh hey, spears do hit 2 characters. And he just whacked his own person in the back. Nice. gets to use his magic twice. This battle has been going on for 30 minutes. And no characters have died. I mean, one might right now. Okay. Oh. And if your main character dies, the game is over. Oh, that's just the cherry on top, isn't it? And guess what happens now? We get to restart. Okay. Let's be fair for just a moment before I just turn the damn thing off and forget it exists. Let's check and see if there's a shop I missed, because they loaded me down with so much money off the bat. It's entirely possible there's a shop. I'm supposed to equip my own team so that they're going to battle better prepared to do damage. So before I turn it off and say screw this game, let's see if I just like missed the shop. Let's see. Town. Okay, shop. Can I get better equipment than what I have? It looks like the same stuff that they already have equipped. Yeah, there's nothing new in here. I'm pretty sure. I can buy some healing items that won't really get the match over faster. Okay, Carmine Ring, Dagger, Short Sword, Stone Axe, Spear, Boomerang. Alright, let's go check their equipment. I think those are what they have equipped already. Short sword, spear, short sword, stone axe. Yeah, that's the same equipment they already have. That won't make them any stronger. What does coin do? Oh, can I buy coins? Engrave. Oh. Okay, I can buy magic. But like, I don't think that'll help that much. Why do these have the exact same name, but one is stronger than the other? Bonga do. Explosion confame, earth confame, water confame, lightning confame, wind confame, healing. Okay, so what are seals? I just buy everyone magic and have them just demolish the enemy from the start. Alright, looks like I can recruit more characters. I already have more characters than I can use in a battle, so that's not going to help much. Wait. Oh, these aren't the characters I already have there. Okay. I'm like, wait, I recognize that face. Oh, it's just a generic face. So the characters are just generic, randomized characters. Well, possibly randomized. I mean, whether they're actual random or not is irrelevant. They're just generic. And again, they won't really help unless I start getting super picky with the stats, which I don't see a particular reason to do. What are you? What is a boomerang for? Excuse me. And they said I can go to the tower and train. But, like, if I have to do that for the first battle, just to make the first battle of the game last less than an hour, like, screw you, game. Like, honestly. Change deity, learn skill. So you can actually change the character's elements? Oh, they bring their own stats. So, like, you want water elements to have magic. Is that it? Oh. Right. You know what? I don't know if I want to give up on the game entirely. Here, do I even have the instruction book? No instructions, unfortunately. Okay, I may do a little bit of research on this one. See if I can find something that'll make the game feel less stupid. Because that doesn't feel, the game does not feel good to play. Like, oh, that was ridiculous. So yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I may look up exactly what's going on with this game. See if I can find a way to... See if I'm missing something. See if there's something to make the game less terrible. Like... God, it is jaw-dropping how clunky this game is. Like, it's up there with... I mean, the best example I guess I can give is Martian Gothic. I like what it's doing, except for the interface and the controls. Because if the characters moved faster, if turns just moved a hell of a lot faster and smoother, it might not be so bad, you know? Like with Fire Emblem, the battles were slow, but it wasn't because nothing was happening. It was because there was a very complicated, you had a lot to think about. Well, okay, the GameCube Fire Emblem. Maybe that's unfair, considering that's... Well, look, they're not that far apart. Like, they're developed... Probably? Let's see. This was 2001, so very early PS1, actually. No, that's not right. Wait, that's late PS1. The Dreamcast was out by then. Maybe that's just the English version. But let's see, when was Fire Emblem? Give me one moment. I gotta reach it. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance was 2005, so... Only 4 years separate this from Fire Emblem. And Fire Emblem's in-game interfaces are just miles better than this game. Like, it's not even close. Like, you can't see turn orders. It's terrible at displaying turn orders. It's terrible at displaying which friggin' team each character belongs to. It's terrible at... Like, it's just terrible at everything, interface-wise. And everything is slow, clunky, confusing. Again, I'm gonna look it up and see if I'm missing something, but right now, just... No. I understand why people don't remember this game. Like, I've never heard of it before, and I think I understand why. So, I'll end this stream, and I'll probably be right back with something more fun to play. So, I'll be back. Later.